Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Meredith Phillips, and today I wanted to share with you my plans for NaNoWriMo, my NaNoWriMo project that I'm going to be working on, as well as just sort of my general idea plans for November and how I am approaching the month. So just to start off, let me give you just sort of a really brief rundown of my general life and lifestyle, because I feel like everyone has a little bit different kinds of things going on, and things like children or the type of work you do can really affect the amount of time you have for writing and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to give you a brief overview if you're new here, so that you don't feel like I'm, trying to do some superhuman thing. Like, I'm making this work for my life schedule. So my basic life is that I am married, but we do not have children. We have 3 bunnies, 1 foster bunny, 2 dogs, which does take some time. Those animals do take some time to take care of, but I don't think they're quite as much time and effort as children. I do have a regular sort of 9 to 5 Monday through Friday desk job that I do work from home, so a lot of the time that most people spend commuting I don't have to worry about. I really don't have a whole lot of other sort of outside commitments necessarily. I'm not really a part of any major organization that I'm like going to meetings for or volunteering with, so I do have a decent amount of free time in my normal schedule. So keeping that in mind, for the month of November, I do generally have quite a bit of time to work with in terms of writing. Last year, if you were here, if you watched the video I did from earlier in the month with the little montage, last year was kind of crazy. NaNoWriMo itself was fine, but my life just got nuts, and like there was a lot of random emergency things happening that just took a lot of energy and time and stress, and if things go south again, I need to take a step back. For NaNoWriMo this year, I really want to approach it with a very chill kind of attitude. Yes, I would like to hit 50,000 words. However, I am not willing to sacrifice like my mental health in order to do so. I feel like that's generally a good principle for most people. So I'm going to just relax with it, and just try to enjoy it and have a good time. There are some things I'm going to try to do if it works, if it feels like the right thing, in order to attempt to hit the 50,000 word goal. One thing that I've done, probably all of the years that I've participated in NaNoWriMo, and that is to try to put in big word counts during that first week. I'll talk about this a little bit more in next week's video, and I've talked about it in the past, but basically that first week is when, for me personally, I have the most motivation, the most energy, the most excitement, and so I like to capitalize on that and try to do the most in terms of writing in that very first week. So for me, that means sometimes I will get up a little bit early on the first days of the month in order to do some writing before I have to go to work. And usually I don't get like a ton of words in, maybe like 500 to 800 words in the morning, but hey, that's better than nothing, right? And so it just helps give me a little bit extra in those first couple days. The other thing I like to try to do in that first week is aim for 2,000 words a day at least, instead of the sort of minimum 1,667 words. So I'll be trying to aim for 2K a day in that first week. The other thing that I did last year that I actually really enjoyed was I tried to take Fridays off. Friday, it's the end of the work week. You're tired, you need a day to just chill and relax. And so I'm hoping that if I can increase my word count and word output during those first couple days, the first week, I'll be able to just not do anything on Fridays, which would be really nice. I did ask off and was granted a day off on November 1st. So that is, of course, the first day of the challenge, and I don't have work that day now, so I'm really excited. I'll be able to get up and write all day. So that will hopefully give me a big boost on that very first day. I'm not quite sure what our holiday plans are going to entail for Thanksgiving. I'm here in the States. We do like doing something for Thanksgiving each year. I'm not sure if it'll just be me and my husband like it was last year, if we're gonna have family in town. We're just not quite sure plans and details and everything. So I'll have to be a little more flexible in terms of like writing time that week of Thanksgiving. We'll see how it works out. But if I have extra words, if I've done extra in the first couple weeks, then if I have to take a little bit of a step back in that week of Thanksgiving, that won't be too much of a problem. Regardless of family plans or visitors or whoever, I do like Thanksgiving. It's like my favorite holiday because food. Come on, it's like the best food you're gonna eat all year, right? And so I do like doing Thanksgiving, regardless of who's here. And so it's a lot of work. Every Thanksgiving, when I haven't done like a full Thanksgiving meal all that many years, but I feel like I'm working in the kitchen for hours, the day before, the day of, fixing, cooking, stirring, all the things, and then you put it all on the table and it doesn't look like that much. I'm like, what did you spend all your time doing? But anyway, it does take a long time. And so usually Thanksgiving Day, I'm not writing. I'm eating, and then I'm eating a little bit more, and then I'm having a piece of pie like right before bed, you know? So yeah, Thanksgiving, I'm not planning to do any writing. For the channel, I am planning to do vlogs like I did last year on Tuesdays and Fridays. The first day of November is a Tuesday, which is normally when I would post a video. I think what I'm going to try to do is vlog that day because it's the first day of NaNoWriMo. I have the day off. We're going to write the words, da 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 da. I'm not sure if I'll post my day one vlog that day, like really later in the evening, or if I'll post it like sometime on Wednesday. It'll be one of those 2 days. I'll see how far I can get with editing and everything, and when I can get it up. And then from there on out, I'll do Fridays and Tuesdays like I normally do. This year for NaNoWriMo is super special because we have been officially allowed to have in-person meetings again. Are you so excited? I'm super excited that we get to have in-person meetings again. 2019 is the last year we were able to meet in person officially for NaNoWriMo sanctioned events. And it'll be really fun to get to see people I haven't seen in like 3 years in some cases. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to getting together with the people in my region and doing some write-in events. So I do have our regional ML is like amazing, and she already has like a huge calendar of events and different things going on this month and next month. And so I need to kind of look at a calendar and look at which ones I can go to, but I do plan to go to some of those. The other thing that I know some people like to do is to build in rewards for themselves. So like if they hit 10,000 words, they get this reward, or if they write this many days in a row, they get this reward, you know, that kind of thing. I don't generally tend to feel motivated by the types of rewards that I can afford for myself. If they were like really good rewards, you know what, maybe. But I really, like, I'm motivated by the story itself and the excitement of writing the words. So I don't usually implement a whole lot of rewards. I did do a video, I think 2 years ago now, just with some ideas for really inexpensive or free rewards. So that is linked below if you want to check that out. For myself, again, like I don't really plan to have an official reward schedule or like a little write-up for myself. There is a book coming out. I think it comes out on November 1st, which kind of sucks because if I make that my reward, then I have to wait until the end of the month to read it. We'll see. I might just be like, you know what, we're gonna read it because I want to read it. But if I do any kind of reward, it'll be that book as the reward, which is kind of not really a reward because even if I don't meet the goal, I'm still gonna get it. But, you know, whatever, it's fine. I'm excited about the book, and we'll see if I can resist purchasing and reading it until I've finished the challenge. So let's chat a little bit about the project I'm going to be working on. I hinted at it really vaguely in that first video from earlier, a couple weeks back. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. It's a series, obviously, because that's how I operate. Yeah, it's a historical romance series. I'm really excited. So if you've been around my channel for a while, you might remember months ago, this was like April, maybe? May? I don't remember. It was a while back. I had said that I had ideas for historical romance books, but I didn't feel confident enough to write them because I didn't feel like I knew enough about the history of the time period. And for me as a reader, I really like reading historical romances where it's clear that the author has done their research and they've tried to make the book as historically accurate as possible. There is a little bit of wiggle room there with like creative liberties and stuff like that. Some authors are really careful and they really try to make the story and the characters and the world very realistic, very much appropriate for the time period that they're writing for. There's other authors that kind of stretch things and they have the characters doing stuff where it's like that wouldn't have been accepted by society at the time. They would not have been allowed to do that. So anyway, I didn't feel qualified though. I didn't feel like I knew enough about the time period, and stupid me, it took me like a long time to figure out, you know what? They make books about the time period. They're nonfiction. And if you read them, then your brain gets the information it needs in order to do what you want to do, like dedoy. So I bought a whole bunch of different books over the last several months. I've been reading through a lot of them. I've learned a lot. Gotten a lot of other story ideas just from reading the books, so that's fun. Yeah, they're all back here. Got my nice little stack of books, and yeah, I definitely don't know everything, but I feel much more confident that the story I've come up with is realistic and would fit in with the time period. So I'm really excited to get to start writing it. I have absolutely no ideas at this point for a title. Again, if you've been here for a minute, you know that titles are my arch nemesis. I hate them. I never know. I've thought of maybe 2 good or like decent titles in my time. I can never think of titles for a project. So that's why we end up with things like Project Model Rom-Com or Western Yeehaw novel or whatever that thing was. But anyway, I have no idea of an actual title for this book. Book 1 is going to introduce the reader to 2 different characters who come from 2 different families. And then the series that I have in mind includes the siblings of the 2 main characters, essentially. It takes place in the very early years of the Regency era. It involves the Napoleonic Wars, and yeah, I think that's all I'm really going to say about it. Regency romance that has been researched, and when I tell you researched, the rabbit trails that I can go down. How much did this cost? Where would they have gotten this type of thing? Like, anyway, I have a huge notes document in my Scrivener file with just like links to all kinds of other stuff. I've learned about the corn laws. Like, I know a lot of stuff. So I'm not going to incorporate all of it into this first book or even into the series, but it's been really interesting to learn about the period, and I'm really excited to write the story. I do still need to add the project to the NaNoWriMo website, so it is official, but I will get to that at some point. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing. I'm really looking forward to getting started on it. I have a lot of information already done in terms of outlining and stuff. You can check out all of that in the vlogs that I post on Fridays. But yeah, I think for the moment, I'm just sort of rambling at this point. So it's been a while since I've made videos. I don't know how to like end things anymore. If you're participating in NaNoWriMo, definitely let me know if you have a project in mind. Hopefully at this point you have at least a project in mind if you haven't already started outlining. But yeah, let me know like generally what you're working on. I know a lot of us like to hold our books close and not share too much information, but if you want to share the genre or just like a really general overview of what you'll be working on, I'd love to hear about it. If you also are an AuthorTuber and you have a video about the project you're working on, feel free to link it below. I'd love to check it out. I'd love for other people to check it out. So yeah, link all that kind of stuff below. If you want more NaNoWriMo and Preptober tips, I have 2 years worth of videos. They are linked below in some different playlists, so go check those out. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, you can subscribe to the channel and join in for the fun times. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.